Today we are watching the deadliest amusement park rides by PapaMeat. I am a big fan of amusement park rides. I love amusement parks, especially roller coasters, but I'm also really little and I've had the experience where I have been almost sucked out of a seat before because the lap bar was not down far enough, and I have had to like hold on very tightly to not fall out of the seat. I have also had the experience where I have stuffed my shoes with socks to appear a couple inches taller so that I can get past the height restrictions, which is probably why I had that happen to me. But anyway, I didn't die. I'm still alive and I'm here. So we're going to watch the deadliest amusement park rides. Okay.
Welcome back to the PapaMeat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Come on in
Great.
and sit on down.
How you
Today
doing?
we're talking about amusement parks because spring's right around the corner and it's the perfect time for amusement parks to open back up. The weather's going to be really nice. You get to go on all your
Wait, okay. One question before we start. Extremely important. Do you guys like amusement parks? I am a huge amusement park liker. One of my favorite outings is to like go to an amusement park. Even like the stupid local ones where they're like the stupid little local fairs or whatever. I love them. I think they're so much fun. Even the like stupid little fairs. I want to go fast. Yeah, me too. I want to go fast. And I don't get like motion sickness super easily, so I like all the spinny rides and stuff. I actually do get motion sickness, but only from like watching a screen. If I'm like there in person and my body is moving along with it, I can go fast and I can spin around. I used to go to Six Flags for my birthday every year. That's so fun. Six Flags has a lot of good roller coasters. I know the Six Flags parks are good for roller coasters. Big fan of roller coasters. I don't go all the time, but I have fun when I go. Me too. I love to go. I don't go super often, but you haven't been to one in over 15 years. You should go to an amusement park then. I am so excited for the little local fairs to open up as well. I just think the local fairs are so much fun. Have you guys ever been in the one where it was like it suctions you to the spinny thing, and you're stuck to the wall by like the force of the spin, or like, what is that, centripetal force? Am I pronouncing that right? Is that what that is? I don't know what that is, but those are terrifying. The gravitron, those are so scary. They're like the scariest things ever. I was on one where it like it wasn't like locked in. It was just like out in the open, and you were just like stuck to like a concrete slab. I puked on that once. No! Did you puke on somebody across from you? That is always like, that's the scary part of that. I think that is like, that's like, you're directly across from someone. What if they? It's a little funny though. I think it's a little funny.
favorite rides. But the tragic thing about amusement parks is that death lurks around every corner, which is why I have my document.
Like the gravitron.
I forgot my document. Okay, 1 second.
I'm waiting. Don't worry. I'll take care of everybody while you grab it, I guess. Mr. PapaMeat.
Winslow, wake up.
I feel like spinny rides are...
Winslow. Come on, buddy, wake up. Winslow, you're having a nightmare. Hey.
Oh, Hunter. Oh, thank God. Oh, you saved me. I was having the worst nightmare.
It's
so beautiful.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. So
he trapped
I'm
E.T.
actually doing a video right now on that amusement park video idea, and you still haven't sent me the information on it. They're waiting for me, so.
Oh, it does look exactly like the baby from Dinosaurs. It is like a perfect replica of the baby from Dinosaurs.
I'm sorry, I didn't know what day it was. We can film it down here if you want.
No, I don't. I'm recording it upstairs on my other computer in my room, so.
The production on this is kind of crazy.
Okay. I guess.
What does the belly button taste like, though?
So.
You guys ever stick your finger in your belly button and get all the belly button out?
Help? You want me to hit your keys?
Sorry.
Sorry. No, stop. No.
Sorry. Back to the video.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Back to the video.
All right.
We're watching the video.
I don't need you to touch me.
I hate when you shake like that.
Oh. I sent you the email, so Get out of here.
All right, thanks, one
Get out of here.
Okay, I'm sorry. Jesus Christ. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. So, from 1990 to 2004, there was an average of 3.7 amusement park deaths annually. How do you
It's
get
pretty
the decimal
low.
point there?
It's an average.
It's an average? Is that about little people? Little people and people that have lost limbs? This is down from 4.5 previously, and may have a lot to do with the fact that more stringent laws were put into place. Things were a lot dicey back in the day, and all of us millennial babies and on have actually...
I am wondering if watching this video will make me too paranoid to go to my local stupid little fair with minimal regulations.
Had a relatively safe amusement park experience. At least so we thought. Despite these deaths occurring in the same place, the deaths are usually related to guests refusing to follow safety protocols, but even still, measures have to be put in place to prevent guests from breaking safety procedures.
And they're holding each other's hands the whole time?
Guardrails, time gates, belt buckles, all this kind of stuff really wasn't around totally, which I think we overlook today. It's an annoyance. It's a thing that stops us from having fun. Our monkey brains need to just calm down because we are in peril at all times. Follow the rules is what they say. Oftentimes, it's a guest health issue that causes the problem, as roller coasters are known to cause blood pressure to spike, which can injure or weaken already stressed arteries and valves, resulting in aneurysms, heart attacks, and
yeah, just hold on, forehead. Just hold on.
and bleeds, aka my fat ass is going up on a roller coaster, I might not be coming back down. Gross negligence on the park's behalf can account for many injuries, whether from fault in structure, design, maintenance, or even operator error. Sometimes, even nature gets in the way. It's a slippery slope in these big amusement parks meant to be fun.
That was kind of scary.
Machines that propel you at speeds that you would have never gone before. At times, there's going to be human error, but sometimes I think God looks down even, and he says, no. You come back to me. And according to the National Safety Council, more than 1,400 ride-related injuries occur every year. And according to the Global Association...
Well, injuries are, as small as, the lap bar hurt my ribs or whatever, right? I think those injuries on roller coasters are, kind of common, where if, the lap bar, the thing is too tight. It does seem like a low number, though, honestly.
Association for Attractions Industry, the IAAPA, 53% of all injuries occur on family/adult rides, while roller coasters only account for 36%, while the rest are children rides.
That's pretty low
that a lot of these places
for
like
roller
Disney,
coasters.
they're meant for children, but they're coming for children. The death is coming for those that are young. With the economy failing and parks having to refinance everything, amusement parks are cutting corners left.
Oh, thank you so much, Dawn, for the 6 months. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you.
And right to get people in without having to do all the maintenance and stuff. Yeah.
I do feel like the children rides ones are probably because the parents aren't watching their kids close enough. You know what I mean?
They might throw a little paint on something to make it look new, but goddamn if that thing isn't holding on for dear life. And the end result is always whether or not your safety is profitable. Which one of the more recent events from the Orlando Freefall Drop Tower, which is the world's tallest freestanding drop tower, standing at 400 feet tall. The 14-year-old boy fell from the ride after not having his harness properly secured, and bystanders recorded the incident. The weight limit was 287 pounds, and the child was 6 foot and weighed 383 pounds. The ride operator had only been working for 3 days at the time of the incident, and the forensic analysis teams investigated the ride and found out that someone had tampered with the harness, and thus the safety sensors did not trigger a warning. I'm a big old boy. Going into this video, I feel personally connected to...
I hate the drops. The least favorite part of any roller coaster and any ride like that is the drop. I hate the drop. I hate the feeling where my stomach goes up into my rib cage or whatever. I hate that feeling so much. I really hate the giant drop rides. So I don't like the up and down drops at all. I will go on them if the people I'm with me really want to go on them because I don't want to look like a baby, but I really hate the drop rides. I really hate the drop. They're just so there's something about the feeling of my organs moving up into the upper half of my body that just freaks me out, and it's such a terrible feeling.
Every morbidly obese child and man or woman out there.
Right, that was also quite a large child.
Trying to get onto Disney rides was difficult. If you're a big old boy and you got some cake, rides aren't worth it. You know what you should have done? Eat a churro. Disney churros pretty good. Or you can go through the Disney
maybe eat
Star Wars
less
experience, where you can be
churros.
really fat and no one cares because you're just walking around a little bit. Or the seats are like that of like a buffet bench, so it's perfect for me. But my fat ass trying to squeeze onto Space Mountain, are you kidding me? For these big old, like for people that were built in the 1960s.
Even for me, the Space Mountain carts are a little bit small.
Are you kidding me? Yeah, right. To that 14-year-old 6-foot monster of a man, that absolute unit. Godspeed, kid. Godspeed. Without further ado, we're going to get into some of the nation's funnest rides that killed people. So let's get into it.
Ever since I went on roller coaster that has loops, I've been scared of roller coasters, but I can handle water slides with 100 feet drops. See, I'm the total opposite. I love the loops. The more it loops, the more fun I'm having. Like the more it goes upside down and loops around and spins around and like twists you all around and stuff, the more fun I have. But water slides with 100-foot straight drops down, absolutely not. No way. Absolutely not. I can't handle it.
First off, we have Ride of Steel in Darien, New York, Six Flags. I can't remember the last time I went to a Six Flags. I'll tell you, the only thing we had in Kansas City was Worlds of Fun. Not on this list, but there is another little Kansas attraction here. That was horrible. It actually really tore the community up. But we're going to be talking about it here in a bit. Anyways, Ride of Steel in Darien, New York, Six Flags. In 2011, a 29-year-old Army veteran was violently launched out of the ride after he raised his arms to try to hold on to his loose hat. Be really funny if his hat said "No fat chicks." No! He was a double amputee and was riding in the front row of the roller coaster.
Honestly, being a double amputee war veteran and getting on a roller coaster takes some balls. I think that takes some guts to get on a roller coaster as a double amputee. oh wow. They probably should not have let him get on there. Why were you wearing a hat? Why? I mean, no, I probably wouldn't have been able to say no to a guy like that, but also, wow.
What? What? I thought that if you didn't have legs, you couldn't. There's no way.
That they eventually said, no, we probably shouldn't have done that.
There's got to be something down there. He fell 150 feet, resulting in his death. Because of his lack of legs, it was determined later that he should not have been allowed on the ride since there wasn't anything to secure the lap belt per the safety regulations. I'm laughing.
It was just a lap belt too. I thought it would be one of those like over the shoulder situations or something, but the fact that they let a double amputee on a roller coaster with a lap belt only, I wouldn't get on that. If I didn't have legs, you're not seeing me get on a lap belt coaster. What do you mean? I've got skinny little legs and I felt like I was almost going to get launched out of one of those things.
And I'm smiling, but it's not because of the no legs thing. I just am a horrible person, and I'm very sorry. The ride was shut down for 2 weeks following the incident. This is not the first time. A lot of these rides that you probably have been on in your life.
That is true.
That
is true. It probably was some high school kid running the roller coasters or whatever. Like, I feel like, you know, they don't really...
probably died on it. Like, at some given point, maybe someone didn't fling out because they had no legs and they were shot into the air.
I don't like thinking about that.
From a slingshot. I mean, people have died on a lot of rides and they just shut it down for like a week or two. And they're like, okay. Or they'll paint it and rename it or something. It's unbelievable. And the weird thing about that too is like, it's the uncanny thing of like, if you were buying a house and you knew that someone died on it, would you want to buy the house?
Hold up. Died on the house or died in the house? I feel like those are two different things. If someone dies in the walls, it's a little different than if they like died on the roof or something, right? Right?
How cheap is it?
What kind of person are you? Next up is Disneyland.
Also, it does make the house cheaper. That actually happened to my... I don't know if I want to say this. That happened to my neighbors. I had some years back, I had an elderly neighbor pass in their house, and the house was sold for pretty cheap.
as a big, thick bitch. I have a lot of complaints about Disneyland, and especially the ride that we're talking about now, the Matterhorn. I rode the Matterhorn 30 or 45 minutes before the park was getting ready to close, and that ended my night. After I went on the Matterhorn, I was done. So Disney, which is supposed to be the happiest place on earth, would you be surprised if since it's been open, 26 people have died there? Which honestly,
a little bit. I would expect more,
really,
honestly.
the numbers for how long they've been open, that's probably not that bad of a rate of people and the amount of people that come in, but still 26 people died in there. Come on, Mickey. Come on.
Oh no, not this one. Now I'm scared.
Let's half that up. 13. It's nice to help me.
Now
13.
I'm scared.
And in 1984, a 48-year-old woman was tossed from her bobsled car and was hit by another bobsled car on a track, immediately decapitating her. You heard about the Matterhorn. I mean, it feels like a fight to survive anyways. And for a woman to be flung once more at this rapid speed and have her head immediately cut off, I wish I would have died a different way. If I was going to die on the Matterhorn, I feel like, I don't know which way it is. Maybe the giant Yeti animatronic falls on you.
I am actually shocked. That's so bad. Oh no. Disney has a state-of-the-art hospital underground? I guess I'm not surprised. I thought it was just the impact that's even worse. That's terrifying. Imagine being in the sled that decapitated a woman. Oh my God. Do you think Disney has had more deaths or more births? I'm going to say more births. I'm saying Disney has had more births happening in there than deaths. That's my bet. My bet is more birth.
Or it's
Disney brings life.
Is it a real Sasquatch? Okay, I'm trying to think that it's a robot, Nick. And upon investigation, it was determined that her seatbelt was not properly fastened, whether it came loose during the ride or if the passenger willingly unbuckled it on its own. I'm pretty sure my seatbelt was not totally fastened, but I think I was so suctioned in from being so fat, nothing could have got me out of that. Remember me even trying to get out of it? Took for a long time. Next up, Action Park, New Jersey, which everybody's heard about.
Oh yeah,
this.
we love Action Park.
Movie that was made. It's one of those things. It's like from the 70s and 80s.
We love
where
Action
people
Park.
didn't give it safety regulations, and they had a lot of stuff. But we're just gonna hone in on one. In 1982, a man got caught on the Kayak Experience ride, promising a simulation of what it's like to go river rafting.
I've heard this one.
At one point during the ride, his kayak tipped over, and when he got in the water to tip it back over, he stepped on a metal grate that was too close to live wiring that powered the underwater fans, causing the waves. He was electrocuted and went into cardiac arrest, dying shortly after. The park claimed the man wasn't electrocuted because he didn't suffer any burns, even though the coroner claimed underwater electrocutions really cause burns. This begs the question because so far we've just talked.
Trying to argue that he wasn't electrocuted when somebody dies at your park is hilarious. Like, I don't know if that's the thing you should be arguing. I don't know if that's what you should be arguing about here. Like, if he was actually electrocuted or not, like, he still died.
Talk about people being flung from a ride due to no lead.
Right, I guess maybe his heart just did that. Yeah, maybe it was just like a spontaneous, like, complete coincidence and had nothing to do with the electrical wires.
Legs or no seatbelt. So let me ask you this so far. Would you have rather been electrocuted or would you have rather been flung from a deal?
Am I instantly killed from the electrocution?
I would say no, but just to make it fair, as in the idea that you're being flung. So like you have to at least have that mental thing of like, oh my God, right? And then you hit the ground. So you would think that you would at least have to kind of be like, ah!
Wait, there are only 4 confirmed births at Disney? That's crazy. More deaths than births? Wow. That's kind of, is that impressive? Or like, should pregnant women step it up? Maybe pregnant women need to step it up and have more births at Disney. Actually, I shouldn't say that because Disney's going to get really upset with me if I say that because I think they like super don't want people to give birth in their park. Do kids at Disney get free tickets for life? No. They actually put out a statement to like stop people from trying to give birth at Disney because people were trying on purpose to go get... They were trying on purpose to give birth at Disney so that they could get free tickets for life. So Disney had to make a statement and say they don't do that.
For like a second, and then you die. You would die about the same equal time, 4 seconds. Hey, leave a comment down below, smash that like button, and ring the bell. Be sure to subscribe. And also, would you rather be electrocuted from a live wire under a water ride, or would you rather be flung from a roller coaster? Let me know.
That's a good question. I think electrocution. Personally, I would rather die through electrocution because I think it's faster. I think the fear of being flung out of a roller coaster and falling and hitting the ground would be significantly worse and like 10,000 times more painful. Well, I think it's like I feel like it's an instant death either way, but like you're in the air and you have time to like think, you know, like electrocution, just kind of like zap, you're dead. But like you fall and you've got time while you're falling to be like, wow, maybe I shouldn't have gotten on that roller coaster while I don't have legs. That's what I think. I don't want the sensation of falling while I'm going down. I don't want the sensation of falling and thinking in my brain while I'm going down because my brain is already moving at 1,000 miles a minute anyway, and I don't want to have to think about the mistakes that I've made to become a paraplegic and I'm on a roller coaster and I lifted up and I tried to catch my hat and I fell and I hit splat on the ground. I don't really want to do that. That's scary.
Let me know down below. Which one would you do?
I think to be dramatic, I'd be flung.
You kind of know what it feels like to fly for a little bit.
No,
Next up is Hagrid's Magical Creature Motorbike Adventure
this
in
is
Universal
new.
Orlando. First off, redo the fucking name. Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure. Why not just Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure? Why magical creatures? We get it. We're in Harry Potter world. And this happened in 2019, and the cause of death
That was recent.
from bees.
Bees?
For over a month from September to
Wait,
October,
that doesn't count.
Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure was plagued by a nest of honeybees. Since in Florida, honeybees are an endangered species, they could do little to remove it. Despite paying to have them removed, the bees continued to return. The ride had to be closed for several days, and despite relocating, had to be closed again.
I don't think anyone dies here.
What? Okay, well, part of my research here, which I'm going to slap
Not the bees.
out of my computer, Winslow, because no one dies here. Winslow, nobody died.
Oh. What?
People just got stung. Well, what if somebody was allergic and they got stung? That'd probably be reported, though.
That's what I was hoping for.
You were hoping for that.
I was hoping someone went to anaphylactic shock and lived, of course.
You're horrible. You're a horrible, horrible man. Next up, Holiday Land in Santa Claus.
Wait, but no one even died. How is it deadly if no one even died? They just got stung by a whole bunch of bees. Okay, so I guess we're fine. I guess we're all okay to go on the Harry Potter Magical Creatures Motorbike whatever ride, blah, 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 blah ride. You just get stung by a whole bunch of bees. I guess if you were allergic to bees, it would have been like hypothetically deadly, but why would bees, you know what? It's probably because the vibrations or like because the bees buzz, you know? I'm pulling this out of my own brain. The bees buzz, so the train track vibration buzz. Holiday World. I've never been to Holiday World.
Claus, Indiana.
But it seems like some of you have.
Every month that it is in December, you must. What a f***ing embarrassing name. What's the local team? Are they the Santa Claus? The Jolly Red Men?
The reindeers.
Are they actually the reindeers? Probably. You're probably right. In Holiday Land, we're talking about the ride The Raven, which is an enormous swaying wooden roller coaster. The Raven was designed by custom.
What holiday does the Raven represent? What part of the winter holidays does the Raven represent? Nevermore?
Coasters International in 1995.
The existential
and the company,
dread.
as is, no longer exists as of 2002. That feels suspicious. If this thing happened in 2003 and the company went out of business in 2002, what did they do to this ride to cause this event? A year before the incident, voted #1 roller coaster in 2001. Its path was designed to mimic the flight pattern of a raven, and it's themed around Edgar Allan Poe's poem, which everyone's heard that stupid African poem, Quaff the Raven.
Right, I guess.
Nevermore. The first death on the ride, a guy named...
Right, I guess the poem takes place in December, right? So technically it's a holiday. Right, yeah, okay, no. I guess that makes sense.
Tamar was sitting in the last car on the coaster and was seen standing as the ride progressed. The Raven, as it is a wooden constructed coaster with nails sticking out of every which way and sagging boards as far as the eye can see.
No.
When the car returned, Tamar, the victim, was no longer in her seat and the seatbelt had been unbuckled. This ride has no loops or extreme curves. It does, however, feature an 80-foot drop that gives the sensation of being likely to be thrown from the train. According to her fiance, something was very wrong with the ride and she panicked. Why would you panic? So your first thing to do is while the ride is going, you unbuckle your seatbelt.
No. This does kind of feel like it's a little bit similar to the time that when I went to the ER and I panicked in the ER, so I tore the IV out of my arm and I tried to get up and leave. So I kind of understand. But I would not stand up in a moving roller coaster, okay? It's different.
Final drop, she was thrown from her seat. Spokespersons for the park cited that the ride was functioning as intended. And the Indiana Fire Marshal declared there to be nothing wrong with the ride, mechanical or otherwise. All restraints were functioning properly. Well, I mean, come on, yeah, no shit.
Why didn't her fiance try to like grab her though? Like you're sitting next to your fiance and she starts unbuckling her seatbelt and she's trying to stand out of the roller coaster and you don't say like, the second your fiance unbuckles their seatbelt, you should be like, nuh-uh, and you grab. He wanted a divorce. yeah, okay.
Like freaked out and took. I mean, listen, I have panic attacks too, where I'm like, and I get up and I have to go. But I would feel like at that point, you close your eyes, and you just breathe, you do like the
on a roller coaster.
Because I mean, how long would the ride be? A minute? I mean, 2 minutes max. 2 minutes max.
Some people panic, dude.
I fucking panic too. I'm sympathetic, but at the same time, just like, really, dude? Especially you've gone through 4 drops and you can't just do the last one. In 2005, the family sued the park and the manufacturer of the train of the coaster, the actual train carts. They settled for an undisclosed amount out of court. Conversations with workers and interviews with EcoTaste, the executive committee of the American Coaster Enthusiasts. Who the actually made that?
Coaster enthusiasts, man.
What I'm saying is, like, it's not even a business. It's just them being like, oh, I love coasters. Love them. I love coasters. Well, they say that the lap bar had been broken for some time and was being rigged together with an old lanyard. Despite the public claim that Tamar had been standing up, the official announcement was that Tamar had done nothing to risk her life, but later on, the statement changed, accusing her of being careless. Tamar, who weighed under 100 pounds at the time, may have been too small for the bar to work effectively. A couple things after that. That's very sad. Gain some weight. Only let the fatties go on the roller coasters is what I gotta say. Who's at fault here?
I think Tamar.
You think Tamar had a panic attack? I think the Raven didn't do its job.
The
dude.
Nevermore. She got
lanyard.
possessed.
What the
she got possessed by the spirit of Edgar Allan Poe. You should never go on the Raven. You'll get possessed by the spirit of Edgar Allan Poe, and we all know what he did.
Anyways, Voyage coasters, June of 2003. The Voyage, a metal structured
Another
coaster
one?
with wooden tracks, voted
At the same
2013
place?
top wooden roller coaster in the nation. Oh, it's a wooden roller coaster.
I hate
There's
wooden
one in
roller
Kansas
coasters.
City.
I gotta say, I really cannot stand wooden roller coasters. I hate like the rickety, like, whoa. I hate that so much. I hate the like rickety, the bounce. It like hurts my neck. It hurts my back. And I hate the fact that it's only a lap bar and I don't feel safe. I like the smooth coasters. I want a smooth coaster. I want it to go whoosh, you know? I want it to be smooth and go fast. I don't want it to be like bouncing me around, you know? I hate wooden roller coasters. Wooden coasters can be fun at times. I don't know, what do you guys get out of wooden coasters? I just don't enjoy them, even a little bit. The metal ones are so much more fun. Feels like my teeth are being vibrated out. Yeah, exactly. It's like too bouncy.
Yeah, Worlds of Fun called the Timberwolf. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. Whiplash. I mean, I think that people got
he's gonna say
whiplash on that ride.
Oh yeah, she's rough.
It's a 1.2 mile long track with 90-degree banking and hard turns with over 24 seconds total of weightless fall time. It opened in 2006, developed by the Gravity
That sounds horrifying.
The fucking roller coaster company. What do you want to call it? The Gravity Group. The remaining front of the custom coasters that designed the Raven, themed after the Mayflower. As the structure began to sag and the ride became too rough for most passengers, so they got new train cars to soften the experience. This resulted in the cars being traded between coasters and cars tested, but eventually never kept. And in June of 2021, a passenger was found unconscious after the ride. Coroner declares that cause of death to be internal bleeding from tear in the thoracic artery. Dawn, who was from Ohio, was perfectly fine when she mounted the ride. Extreme drops and jarring banks of the ride were said to have caused the tear in the artery and resulting to the drops to allow her to bleed internally.
That's scary.
Yeah, just like going left and right, and all of a sudden you tear a literal artery in your body just from violent movements.
The fact that you can actually tear an artery in your heart is actually pretty scary, and now I'm scared, and now I have a new fear unlocked.
As with the rave event, all inspections performed and no safety violations or flaws in the procedure.
A new thing to think about at night when I'm laying in bed and I can feel all the internal organs in my body moving around and I have to think about my heart and I'm thinking about my heart so hard that I can feel my heart beating. That can happen if you lay down too fast. Don't say that. Don't say that. No more coasters. No more coasters. That's true. I guess I do walk a lot, so my arteries should be pretty clean, maybe. Clean enough not to tear, I hope.
Structure were found. I just don't believe it. If they're comparing it to the Raven, where the f is Ecotace?
They found no foul play?
They found no foul play. I think Big Coasters is keeping us out, dude. I want to talk to the guy who drinks his whiskey glass in the towers of these amusement parks, and he devises these plans to shut the families up.
The towers do seem like they would be fun.
Oh, baby, this is in my neck of the
to go
wood.
up into.
Schlitterbahn in Kansas City, Kansas. And this was on a thing called the Verruckt water slide. Let me tell you something. This is just me talking to you.
A
because
water
I know
slide?
this one very personally. The only other water park we had in Kansas City was connected to Worlds of Fun, the amusement park I said, and it was called Oceans of Fun. This is a
water
legitimate memory I
parks.
have. You have like one of the lazy rivers of all time.
I guess, do water parks count as amusement parks? I guess they do, right? I guess a water park is technically an amusement park. I feel like water parks are so scary. I like all the really big not roller coasters, but like the water slides in the tube where you go like straight vertical up the side or something. I think those are really fun, but they always feel very dangerous. I always feel like I'm going to get launched out of them. Despite everything, I always feel like I'm going to get launched out of the water slides, but I go on them anyway.
Time, and everybody likes a nice lazy river. I was swimming through there. I got a Band-Aid stuck in my mouth like this, and a legitimate Dippin' Dots cart fell into the lazy river, and they took it out and they just dried off the packaging and still sold the Dippin' Dots. I saw that with my eyes. And I remember I legitimately had to get an AIDS test because of the Band-Aid. That's not even joking, because there was blood on the Band-Aids. I didn't have AIDS.
That's so gross! Ah! No! New fear unlocked! Oh! Gross! Oh, bleh. Yuck! No!
I don't have AIDS. I don't have HIV.
Okay.
I'm saying it like I do, and I don't have it. Schlitterbahn, when it opened up, it was supposed to be this big thing because it was new. You know, everyone's like, fuck Oceans of Fun, we're going to Schlitterbahn! But it all came
This video is unlocking a lot of new fears in me.
crashing down with the Verruckt water slide. And the water slide, the Verruckt, which is German for insane, it was the world's tallest water slide in 2014. The 168-foot structure meant to open in 2013.
A water slide with an inversion loop. That is some action park shit. That is some action park bullshit right there. Thank you. I am extra pretty today. I'm wearing my ball gown. We're going to amusement parks in our prom dresses, everybody, okay?
It didn't open until the next year due to the rafts becoming airborne. Tests with sandbags resulted in flying inflatable rafts loaded with sand hitting speeds of 70 miles per hour. I don't know if I can find footage of this, but they showed that on the news. And let me tell you, people were like, maybe Oceans of Fun isn't that bad. In the grand scheme of it all, I wouldn't mind just going hitting the wave pool at Oceans of Fun. It was horrifying. When they say it became airbound, that they were flying. Big sandbags. I remember there was even dummies at one point flying through the air at 70 miles an hour, okay?
Whose bright idea is it to make a trackless ride, right? There's nothing keeping you to the tracks and making basically a launch pad. Who thought that was gonna work? It's basically a launch pad. In what world was this a good idea?
It was open with the addition of netting stretched over an arc of metal bands made along the areas where riders were most likely to become airborne. So this is what they decided to do. So because people at a certain point kept going airborne on the slide, they covered the entire thing in a metal mesh. So then it's like, okay, well they'll just hit the metal.
No.
They'll go back down the slide. That was a legitimate thing that happened. Before we get into the death here, this was never open publicly, I don't think, because if I remember correctly, this guy, when this happened, it was like they were getting ready to open, and this was all the special people in Kansas City got to come and test out the park or go there early, like investors and all that stuff. In 2016, the tragic death of a 10-year-old named Caleb, which he was the son of a Kansas legislator, shut the ride down for good. Caleb, riding at the front of the raft with 3 passengers, became airborne at one of the dangerous drops. Hitting the safety net was reported to have done great damage to his neck. It was later revealed that the impact was so severe that he was decapitated. Once again, that became something too.
No, absolutely not. No way. That is a Final Destination death. No way. Oh, that's so bad. I'm getting like sympathy pains like in my neck. Oh, that's so bad. Who thought that was a good idea? Why not, like, I don't know, put like a seatbelt or something, like something that straps you to the ride? Yeah, you would think if you're getting launched up, they would put you into like something soft, like at least padded or something.
And that was something fucking insane. I used to know a girl when I was in high school working and stuff, and she said that she was one of the people that saw that.
Oh, she saw it?
She saw it in person. She was one of the people, like, his head rolled down the slide, and it was, like, in the pool of bloody water.
No way. No way. No way.
I don't want to go out that far. This is also all speculation from almost 10 years ago, so give my memory some rest here. It was later revealed that the ride had not been adequately designed or inspected. There were no restraints other than some Velcro or no curve to the half pipe that would have prevented the ride from going airborne. At the height and speed of the ride, it was recommended that a shoulder restraint be installed. A shoulder restraint. I'm guessing that. Does that mean tuck it in? Oh, you mean like go like that? I don't like that. That's a claustrophobic nightmare. It is. That's like some Hellraiser. You're stuck in a tube and there's like metal netting. Your soul, you're going to die.
That is kind of like a Hellraiser type thing.
Deal. Later on, due to this extreme negligence, the owner and operator of the park were severally indicted and charged with involuntary manslaughter, aggravated battery, aggravated child endangerment, and negligence and interference with law enforcement.
Yeah.
I don't think the Kansas legislator was too happy about that.
My buddy who worked here told me about this, and I didn't believe him till later. That is horrifying.
I'm going to guess. The ride was demolished and the laws in place that allowed for theme parks to self-regulate and self-inspect was repealed and replaced with new legislator with more strict rules. During the investigation, it was eventually discovered that Caleb and his passengers were not the only ones hurt. Over 13 others over the course of the ride's lifetime were hurt and never appropriately documented. And the 2 designers of the ride were indicted on charges that they were not qualified, nor did they follow any protocols in designing and testing the ride. They also performed no basic safety inspection to any quality and attempted to hide evidence from investigators. I think to recoup some of the losses, they had like conventions or something in the parking lot. It was just weird, especially because the slide was so big and you're just like, oh, he got his head cut off on that. And now especially I'm finding out that 13 other people were hurt. But anyways, to keep it up, Terminal Velocity, Extreme World, Wisconsin. That's sick. The music park name? Extreme World? Oh, dude,
Extreme World.
Busting out my britches trying to go to Extreme World every weekend. In 2010, it was a free fall experience offering a 50-mile-per-hour, 100-foot free fall drop. Free fall. A 12-year-old died after a ride operator did not engage safety net before dropping a girl. Riders are treated to a freefall experience by hoisting them 140 feet in the air via a harness. The rider is released from the cable and allowed to fall into a safety net 40 feet off the ground, reaching speeds of 50 miles per hour. Ride operator was distracted and did not raise the safety net and stopped the ride too soon. Pulled the lever without looking, only to realize his mistake and try to lift the net. Parents were...
That does not sound like a ride. That sounds like a horrible experience. That sounds like you're just jumping right off a cliff. Come on, that's not a ride. You can't call this a ride. There's nothing about this that counts as a ride. This is a horrible thing to design and a horrible thing to make. Literally something out of like a carnival of nightmares. True.
Filming as she fell and hit the ground, and she was taken to the hospital. She had 10 fractures in the spine and pelvis, another in the skull, brain swelling, liver, spleen, and intestines were lacerated. Heart stopped multiple times and was revived via CPR. She was near paralyzed and only able to communicate by blinking. She was hospitalized for months but survived and eventually regained ability to walk. No fail-safe mechanisms to prevent this
Wait, that's actually kind of insane. She really wanted to live. Wow. That's crazy. Wow. Sometimes the human body is insane.
Injury, ride operator was determined to be at fault for not paying attention and pled second-degree bodily injury. Park management circumvented police order to preserve the scene for an investigation, but did not adhere to this and were caught working on the ride to hide evidence. The ride itself was extremely rusted, and the family sued and won for $3.5 million. This little motherfucker went through it, dude. At the same time, I want more than 3.5 million, if I'm being honest. Just, why not a crisp 10? A crisp 10 for that deal. Especially 10 fractures in spine and pelvis. That just seems like it should be 10 million. $1 million for each fracture.
Wow.
Why not? You know that guy.
It really does seem like way too little. Especially like if you have to spend like months only being able to communicate through blinking is crazy.
Was definitely trying to he was flirting with some bitch or something like that. He's like, yeah, I mean, I get off at 8, Rebecca. Rebecca, are you coming over or not? I'm getting Panda Express on the way home. Are you coming?
No way.
Oh, the net. And then it just happened. We have Paramount's Great America Amusement Park in Santa Clara. In 1999, Labor Day accident involving a trespasser who, avoiding all signs placed every 50 feet, jumped 2 fences in order to crawl underneath a low-passing roller coaster to retrieve his wife's beloved baseball cap. Oh my God. What was the team? What was the team?
Buy a new one.
A 25-year-old earned a Darwin Award beneath the Top Gun roller coaster when a passenger's leg collided with his head at speeds of 50 miles per hour. Some person just clubbed him with the leg. The unique design of the roller coaster leaves patrons with their legs dangling in the air, giving them more of a weightless, suspensory feeling. The dangling leg of Jessica Medina collided with Renato's head and simultaneously decapitated him and broke her leg in 2 places. Whoa! Her leg decapitated the guy? That bitch was drinking some milk. Sure, it broke her leg in 2 places, but to decapitate a man? Holy shit.
That is insane. The amount of force that had to be in her leg, like the momentum, that's crazy. I'm surprised her leg didn't come off. That is definitely the guy's fault, though. That is 100% the guy's fault. The leg is stronger than the neck. True. Imagine you kick a guy's head off because you went on a roller coaster. That's horrible.
That's awesome. While waiting for parks,
it's only separation of the spine. I guess that's fair. I guess that's slightly more realistic, but that's still crazy.
Security to clear the scene, Medina was not allowed to disembark the ride. With her obviously broken, dangling leg, she was forced to wait suspended for an additional 40 minutes before park personnel came to her aid. Holy, you know her leg had to look mangled too. Medina, as a result, lost her job, almost lost her leg due to infection and swelling, and now bears lifelong guilt, nightmares, and massive scars down her leg as a reminder every day. She is suing both the park and Renato's state. Renato's wife of 2 months was suing the park, seeking over $1 million in damages as signs were only in English, and he may not have been able to read them. In addition, she claimed the fence paneling was loose. If there's a
okay, I feel like even if the signs are only in English, like they have pictures. They've got like the "Don't go here" pictures, like, and you can tell it's right under the roller coaster, right? Ugh. I'm amazed she still has the leg. Honestly, same.
A giant roller coaster? Maybe don't go under it. I think that's a universal f***ing language. I feel bad for Jessica Medina. It's not your fault. But still, how would you not feel like it's like I took a person's life. I rode this ride and my leg was the result of this person's life. It could have been anybody else.
Yeah, he jumped 3 fences. Like, obviously, you're not allowed to be there. They had 3 fences. And it's directly under a roller coaster. If it was close enough that somebody's leg could hit, like, 3 fences?
His leg, but it was hers, and now she is mutilated for some.
You know what I feel like we've really learned here? You know what I think we've really learned here? Don't wear hats on roller coasters. If you go on a roller coaster, take your hat off and hold it in your hand, or don't bring it with you. Don't wear a hat on a roller coaster. I think that's the real lesson here. The real lesson is do not wear a hat on a roller coaster.
something that wasn't even her fault. That is absolutely Next up, we have the Ferris wheel at the Jambalaya Festival in Louisiana.
No.
May 2023, riders at the Jambalaya Festival in Louisiana were left terrorized after the Ferris wheel halted. Jolted and metal creaking sounds broke the silence. These portable carnival rides that came through the area are under lax inspections, and the aging mechanism that controlled the tires that spun to control the turning of the wheel by park reports went flat, causing the wheel to spin freely. This was contradicted by patron footage, as the entire structure had leaned and the ride was spinning very fast while operators desperately tried to pull people off the ride as they passed. That's not gonna work. Tried to pull people off as they pass. Hold on! Grab my hand! That's how they do it at the Jambalaya Festival. Now, goddammit, I got jalapeno and andouille sausages on my eyes.
No
Come on,
way.
grab my hand. Some patrons jumped off the ride in a panic, and a 2-year-old was almost flung from the ride as the structure skipped the rails. There were no safety fasteners and only a bar stopping people off the side. Anytime you see one of those like state fair redneck amusement park things, I never go on those. Those are a recipe.
I love the state fairs. No. I love those stupid little state fair rides, the rundown state fair rides.
For disaster, I'm telling you, these things are absolutely. Also, I remember one time I saw this carny at one of these things. I think he got arrested that night, but he was spitting at people when they went by, and it was so fast that you couldn't tell it was him. But he was just sitting there eating sunflower seeds, and he was like hawking loogies at people and just laughing. I remember, I think I was like 9, and I was like, I don't think I want to come back here, Mom. Next up, we have the Ghost Train in Sydney, Australia. In 1979, the Ghost Train ride.
Oh, somebody died on the ghost train? Okay. Be like less cliche.
Caught fire at the Luna Park, Sydney, killing 7 people. The park was unprepared when the train caught fire due to low staffing and inadequate firefighting equipment, and the fire completely destroyed the train. Originally, the fire was blamed on electrical faults, but arson was also claimed. Ooh. Someone thinks it was intentional, huh? Ironically, the train cars would enter through a door called Hell's Doorway at the start of the ride. That's unfortunate.
That's
Most of the
really
time during
unfortunate.
The ride was spent in the dark. The ride also featured dancing skeletons, an ape monster, and a dragon's head. And the ride also featured a fake fireplace, which, according to witness, is where the actual fire took place. The irony of this ride is haunting. The fire broke out at 10:15 p.m. on the ride, and
This is like some, like, if you wrote this in a book, people would say it's like unrealistic kind of thing, you know? This is like if this happened in a movie, people would be like, yeah, okay.
5 people were on board. Staff raised the alarm and started to pull people from the ride, and the park's fire hose had a low water pressure and could only cover part of the ride as it sprayed, so it took an hour to get the fire under control. Originally, the staff thought everyone had escaped the fire, but the bodies of 7 people were soon found inside. The bodies revealed a man and his 2 children and 4 students from the Waverly College. That is horrible.
That's
the
sad.
low water pressure thing is pretty insane. There must be like an immediate realization when you turn it on, you're just like, this is not what we had planned. The Euthanasia Coaster. The Euthanasia Coaster is a hypothetical roller coaster that is designed to kill you. Yes, you heard that right. A person made a roller coaster
I know of this
designed
one.
to be the funnest way to die. Which honestly, when he says it like that, you're like, that rules. Actually, that would be sweet. Would I rather be lethal injection? Hell no, dude. The ride plummets down a 1,640-foot near vertical drop before it enters in a series of loops that gets progressively tighter and tighter. The riders would sustain 10 G-forces for a full minute. Everybody looks like those pilots in those like training things where they're like, with like their faces all sunken in. This would cause your blood rush to your arms and legs, which would starve your brain of oxygen. Shortly after falling unconscious, the brain would quickly follow into death. The designer of the ride, Juliano Urbanos, stated the goal of the concept was to take lives with elegance and euphoria.
No,
Juliano,
I would not say that is elegant. I would not say the Euthanasia Coaster is elegant in any way. That is like that is like a chaotic way to die. That is like well, I guess you're not like splattering everywhere. So maybe it's not like messy. I guess it's like clean. I don't know.
Urbanos I feel like he is the only.
I would not go to any party of his that he's hosting.
Roller coaster designer to ever actually tell the truth of like, it's not necessarily about the fun, it's about putting people in a near-death experience, except he was just like, the near-death, I want to kill you. You almost think he's like in an all-black suit and he's like, with elegance and euphoria. Ride my ride. What would he call the ride?
The Death Spiral.
Death Spiral works.
Death Spiral's kind of good.
Something like in Kansas City, the big roller coaster is called the Mamba.
What about the Scrambler?
Scrambler's good.
The
I like
Scrambler.
The Tasmanian Devil.
All right, what would you guys name let's get some good names going. What would you guys name the Euthanasia Coaster? I know we've got some creative people out there. What would you guys be naming the Euthanasia Coaster? I'm gonna name it The Final Loop. That's a good one. Stairway to Heaven. That's a good one too. Suffocation. Okay, not bad. Final Loop is pretty good though. I like Final Loop. The Roller Coaster. The Spin Cycle of Samsara. Wormhole to the Afterlife. Okay, those are all pretty good.
Because he spins? What about that, dude? Dude, that'd
Same
be some
day
sick
delivery.
merch too. Some of those like 90s airbrush Tasmanian Devil things.
Mortal Coil is
it's
good
like his eyes are
too.
all like, "Ugh," and there's like Tweety birds around his head. And last but not least is the human trebuchet in Middlemore Water Park, England. This water park had a trebuchet in the grass where customers could pay roughly $70 to be launched into the air and land into a safety net. I'm going to go ahead and assume that that did not happen accurately. Riders soared through the air at 60 miles an hour and traveled a distance of 75 feet. The safety net they were supposed to land on was rather thin and also not very wide. It was about the size of a tennis court. That feels so small. For a human body to be flung that far.
This is not a good idea.
What's on the list, man? What do I expect? Well, that's not safe. Duh. Many onlookers noted how many riders barely made it onto the net in the last second. In 2000, a middle-aged
Okay, so many onlookers are like, oh, they kind of barely made it on the net, and you're still gonna go on it? You're still going on it? You're still going on it? You can see that happen, that some guy barely makes it, and you're still going on it?
woman named Stella Young landed in the net, bounced up, and fell through the netting and broke her pelvis. The ride continued on despite
Wait, she landed on the net? And she still fell through?
this, and 2 years later, a 19-year-old Oxford student, Dino Yankoff, missed the net by a few inches and hit the edge. He broke his legs and
Don't laugh at his name. 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 I need to center myself. Don't laugh at his name. Don't laugh at his name. Okay.
and his spine upon impact and died later in the hospital. The paramedic that attended to Yankoff said the damage done was quote-unquote horrific. And that Yankoff knew that his chances of survival were grim, yelling, "I am going to die!" to Picard, the paramedic. That is horrible. You know what kind of reminds me of a little bit is whenever that guy, the skiing accident, when he jumps on that ski and he hits his shins on the ski slope, which is like pretty much raw ice. And as he's sliding down, he's like, "My ankles are broken!" My ankles are broken! And the guy's like, "He has broken ankles." And he's like, "I have broken ankles!" Ah!
I got broken ankles!
He's coming, Cole!
I bet it was all like that the guy actually died, so that's not funny. And we're not going to joke about that. The two men in charge of adjusting the weights for the release of each trebuchet pole were on trial for manslaughter, but are eventually cleared of the charges due to lack of evidence. How was that possible?
What do you mean lack of evidence?
They were there for the trebuchet, and a man died. How? It's like, well, there's just not enough evidence, is there? I guess we're just going to have to chalk this one up to an oopsie daisy.
British.
That's
British.
That's what British people sound like. 50 people had to use the trebuchet that year, leading to Yankoff's death. The catapult was put out of use during the investigation and was not used again. Which also, I just want to say,
I honestly am surprised that people are not dying from being like just yanked, right? Like that feels like something that would snap somebody's neck, right?
that is the most British sounding ride ever. A fucking trebuchet, a literal medieval catapult, basically.
We used to throw stones at big buildings with this thing, but instead, let's just do humans. Let's just do
the
humans.
initial yank
That concludes
alone.
our video, and I just want to say this: if you're thinking about going into a fun amusement park this spring or summer, maybe think about the ride you're on. Look at the ride. Look at the people standing in the ride. Do you want to be one of those people? Do you want to be one of these statistics? Because now, after reading this, I swear to God, I'm like thinking about never going to an amusement park again.
No, I want to.
Maybe Disney, where it's
I want to go.
Star Wars area, that I can get blue milk.
No, I want to go to the stupid little amusement parks, and I want to look look at the crappy little rides and they're all rusted over and they're super dangerous. But like they sound fun and they're like creaky and the metal is creaking and it smells like old metal and like corn dogs and funnel cake and stuff. I don't like the blue milk.
I can get a lightsaber, or I can go to Universal Studios and
I don't like the blue milk. I don't like the wand. I don't want a Jedi. I want a creaky metal coaster.
Hollywood. Sucks. I went to Mario Land in there, and that was ass. It always looks cool whenever people like. I see people take social media pictures of it. It looks great. It's not good. It is not good at all. But at least you won't die there. At least we don't hope. What if Bowser came and jumped on someone's head, or a little? What if Mario jumped on someone's head? Yeah,
I think the coaster, I think the Donkey Kong coaster is actually kind of scary looking because it has gaps in the tracks where it like jumps over the tracks. But I think the tracks are fake anyway, and it just looks like that. But that's still kind of scary, right? Yes, to be safe, let's get our checklist out. Don't go over the nets. Don't wear hats on the rides. Gain some weight and have legs. And that's all. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye. Oh, and don't jump fences. Read the signs. When it says no, it means no. 1 fence, okay. 2 fence, maybe. 3 fence, don't even think about it.